And our What's Working at Ag segment today is with Agvisor Pro. So I don't know if you guys hang around Farm Talk, but it seems like they have exploded across that platform and they're starting to pop up on other places. So this is going to be a fun one for me, Dave, to learn more about what Agvisor Pro is, and what a better way to learn about it than from two old friends. Well, maybe I shouldn't call them old, but they're at least two friends. Jason, Kyle, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, happy to be on.
Awesome. So guys, why don't you remind our listeners who you are? Jason, start off, introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and what's your tie to Agvisor Pro?
Sure. Jason Anson. I live up in Devil's Lake, North Dakota area, independent crop consultant. And tie in there is that just looking for another source of connection, information, found this app, and here we are talking to you guys.
Awesome. Kyle, what about you?
So Kyle Oki, I am an independent crop consultant in southwestern North Dakota, which happens to be in a different time zone even. So we're just a little earlier today, but found this app the same way. Just one of the experts on the app, and Jason and I do a little podcast segment that pulls questions off their app.
I might have to visit some of those questions.
Yeah. Dave, you like apps.
I like apps. Yeah.
So guys, let's, Jason, why don't you tell us what Agvisor Pro is and how you know it got started?
Sure. You just, in your everyday busy perusing of all things online, you run across some stuff. And here was this deal that kind of intrigued me in that I could ask questions or see questions that were being asked by people. So it kind of gave you a feel for what is kind of current events. And also you could chime in and just give your thoughts and experiences. And then you can really kind of meet new people, see what else is going on in different areas. So that was intriguing to me. So I hopped right on right away.
So let's back up just a second, Tanner. Kyle, I'm going to ask you, give me a 30,000 foot view for our listeners that don't know what Agvisor Pro is. What it's an app. We've told the listeners that, but what more is it? What is it, Kyle?
Think of it like this. If you're a farmer, if you're an ag consultant, retailer, somebody involved in agriculture, and you have any question that's just floating out there, it could be as simple as trying to understand some very surface level things to getting down to some very nitty gritty details. It's a way to anonymously ask a question. It gets thrown out to a pool of people, and then those people can voluntarily choose to answer those questions. And really the end game for all of us as experts is we want to answer agronomic questions, but hopefully it leads to some kind of connection or business lead where maybe there's potential business down the road. So it's connecting people in agriculture.
Gotcha. It's not where I go to find out if I chose the right belt to go with my outfit. These are ag specific questions, right, Jason?
Yeah, it's and they come from all over the provinces of Canada and the United States. So you kind of get to see a wide variety. And what's nice is that you can jump in on things you're familiar with, or you can sit back and kind of watch other people reply to things that you're not an expert in.
Tanner, this is exactly like how we came up with What's Working in Ag. Mm-hmm. Remember, I told you it's like the coffee shop talk. So everywhere across the country, nation, world, there's old guys at coffee. They're saying, well, this is working for me, or that's not working for me, or this is something. You guys have an app that literally makes morning coffee shop that we can connect with people, but they don't have to be at the coffee shop. I can talk to somebody in Manitoba.
Yeah. And so say the topic is corn, right? And it's whatever, I got a rotation thing, or I got a herbicide question, and some of that stuff doesn't pertain to you. You can learn from it, even if you don't answer it, or you can just hop in and pretty soon you get some back and forth. So it's really kind of cool that way. And for me, I guess it's been really good because you can go through and just kind of see who some of these experts are on this platform and then connect with them as well.
Yeah.
I got to think that this saves time. I wish Corey was here because he's always I see him asking questions, messaging. The amount of time he must spend on his phone is enormous. So maybe this is a faster way to get that answer.
Yeah, I think it could be. And then Kyle, I think some of the reasons questions don't get asked, like when Dave referred to going to the coffee shop, is I don't want to be embarrassed that I don't know the answer to this. So is this a way to do something anonymously too? Can we ask without, jeopardizing a reputation?
That is the big point on this app, is that it starts anonymously. So if you are the question asker, you can remain completely anonymous. You could leave a little thing out there saying like geographically where you're located. So
Sure.
It could leave a little tag. So maybe it gives the experts at least some reference to how to help answer a question that comes across. But that's probably the best part of this. And we do it as experts too. Just throw questions out there. They're one of those things that, hey, this is a big net you can cast. And if you have something that you want multiple opinions, or just try to see you're getting the same answer over and over, this is a great way to do it.
Tanner, when we started Farm for Profit, it was all about making a podcast here, a discussion of how farmers can be more profitable. And as we grew the podcast, we learned that's from making the right decisions. Mm-hmm. And yeah. we talk all the time about having an advisory board. Now this isn't necessarily an advisory board, but it sounds like a group of guys that can help you make the right decisions. Gosh, am I wrong?
I bet you it gets close, because if you end up like Jason was saying, that you get to know some of these advisors out there, and you start to, I'm going to say buddy up, but you start to find the ones that you trust, the ones that know your area and your crop. Is that kind of how that works, Jason? You guys end up as advisors. Do you get multiple revisits? Do people come back at you on the app to get more information?
Yeah, you can make a connection there. The app's kind of cool because you can go through, I can see how many times Kyle's answered questions or who has answered questions. So in their profile shows up on the bottom. I got a new beta version of some stuff where I can actually list my services. So you can sort. This is like a filter. You can go through, if you're not into animal agriculture, you're into more row crop stuff, or it's machinery or whatever, you can go through and sort some things out that way. So that's very helpful.
So it sounds easy to use too, at least to be able to get to the answers. Back to your saving time comment. If I can sort out the stuff that I don't need, I'm going back to the old days of Ag Talk. I know some of the people listening would get that. Gosh, you scroll and you scroll and you scroll, and you might finally get to find what you want. It wasn't nearly as easy. Now this is in the palm of my hand, an easy app, and I've got experts. I'm not just dealing with the farmer troll from Indiana that likes to always respond. So that's good. Is that a true point that there is a differentiation between advisors and farmers, or can farmers also answer questions?
So there's a vetting process almost. So you do send in an application to Agvisor Pro. It's through their app, and you actually do list out what are your credentials. You actually have a face-to-face visit with an employee from the company, and you don't necessarily have to be a PhD or a master's or a bachelor's or have these professional certificates. They are grabbing from a big net, but that's to help just kind of build your profile. But they vet you out to say, hey, would your expertise help fit in any of these categories that we're kind of putting where these questions are being asked into?
I was wondering because I feel like I'm an expert at everything, So I was like, can I be just part of everything here? Or like, how do we know this is actually okay? I got it.
Is there a spot out there for Dave as an auctioneer?
Oh, I'm sure there is. Why not?
Very good.
And nobody wants banking advice, so I'm not even going to apply.
Yeah.
Nobody's even going to ask a question about banking side. Well, boys, this has been fun to catch up, but I know we didn't cover everything that probably this app can handle. Kyle, we'll start with you. What's your favorite part about Agvisor Pro?
Again, it's just been reiterated through this is making connections. And so I like to answer questions. I like this agronomic piece. It's fun to get into conversations with some of these farmers that have asked questions, but also it's just seeing who else is out there answering some of these questions and just working on that network.
What about you, Jason?
Yeah, a question comes up, and if I so choose not to answer it because it's not my area, I can follow that question along, and then I can see whoever replies to that question. So you're still involved with it because you're interested, but I just maybe don't feel that's my area of expertise. But if it is, man, I just jump right in and give my 2 thoughts, and pretty soon you'll have someone reply back to you in a direct message saying, hey, that was very helpful or whatever. And off you go.
There it was. That was my next question. I think you just answered it. So I'm fixing my car brakes right now, and I got on a forum this week because I was trying to figure out Ford has some crazy thing. You got to unlock the electronic braking system. So I hopped on a forum and I asked a question, but it's all in this like huge thread of all these messages. And so I went back to find it. I couldn't even hardly find my question. How do you get alerted? You said they direct message you. Is that how that works, Jason? That they just sent it right to you? Because maybe somebody answered me, but I don't know. I could never go back and find the daggone thing.
Yeah, I've had a chat message that shows up. Someone asked me a question here about GPS soil sampling and anything that I've ever used before or stuff. Boom, it just shows up. You get a little number up in the corner of your app. And so there you got that going on, and you can go back to the question. And so, yeah, if you're used to using just about anything, the thing of this is really nice is the layout is really simple, and that's good for this old friend of yours.
Push notifications is what they'd call that. You got it. Yeah.
These guys are really good on the tech end. This app houses everything. So it has text messaging within it, FaceTime within it, send you notifications. All the communication is housed within this app, and it's easy. It notifies you. So that's how you're finding out. As an expert, I'm always getting pinged on my phone when a new question comes up.
Nice.
So I know right away that I look at that and go, yes, I can answer that.
Right.
And I'd go to it right away, or no, I'll go to this later because I'm just going to follow it.
No, that's good. Guys, that's been great information. I actually went and pulled them up. I just Googled them. It is getadvisorpro.com is where you can go and get yourself signed up. But the mission statement, Dave, we probably should have led with this. Agvisor Pro's mission is making farmers more profitable, make agriculture more sustainable, and increase global food security one answer at a time. So that's been, I couldn't have thought of something that would align better with the Farm for Profit podcast. So gentlemen, thanks for jumping on and sharing about Agvisor Pro with us. Listeners, if you think you could get a question answered, or you're just curious yourself, go check them out. Download it at the App Store or go to getadvisorpro.com. Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's
sweet. Taylor, how did we do?
That was good. That was really good. There's maybe just one more thing I wanted to touch on. That's cool.
Keep going.
We have, when you go into the app, you can select a quick answer or a consultation. So if you're a farmer out there and you're looking to have an agronomist service, you can actually select consultation, and then those agronomists will find you, or whoever the expert is. And the expert can actually quote and bill through the app as well. So it's a way for experts to make money and for farmers to save money.
Perfect. I can lead in with that. So Kyle, I got a question for you. As I have a question and I'm trying to figure it out on your app. I really hate reading through all of the answers that maybe everybody gives. Can I just contact you as an expert and maybe talk on the phone if that's what I wanted, or is there a way to make that happen?
Well, absolutely. That's the whole idea behind the app, is that it starts on the app and it's the connections you make from there. So everything can be housed within the app, but let's say, through you asking an anonymous question, we start talking back and forth, and then now it turns into, hey, I want to have you kind of on a hotline. Yeah. So
there's a button or something that I press to call Kyle. He's my man.
Yep. And it actually would give you a phone call through the app if you want to. If you want to house it 100% through the app, you can do phone calls through this online.
Oh, really?
Well, that's nice. Yep. So as an advisor, you can do consultation through the app. You could even build a customer through the app.
Yeah, it can 100% be tracked through this app. Yep.
Well, that's handy. So you could be general question, or you could get directly with the expert and handle a consultation that way.
Perfect.
Good. I'll cut that in.
Cool. The only last thing I just want to make sure that we make sure we really get is the services aspect of it. So we've touched on the question side of it. We've touched on the consultation side of it. I think somewhere around your coffee shop talk point, you could switch over and just say, so we've got the conversations happening in the app. The app also has listed services from experts, right? So if you're not a talker and you just need something done, you can find it right there in the app, right? Kyle and Jason, do you guys both have service offerings in the app?
We haven't sent you guys our service offerings yet.
Okay, so yeah, let's try to touch on that, just the services component, because that's really crucial, and that's where the money is made, is in the services. So
Okay. So outside of the consultation and getting answered with being able to submit that anonymously, Jason, there's the ability to offer services. If I just want to go pick, when I was out there exploring, it looks like I could just go pick a flat service. If I wanted you to come soil sample, that's something I can do, right?
Yeah, you can have that stuff set up in the app, and you kind of list some of the things that you're good at or what your business is, and then people see that and they can approach you and just say, "Hey, what would you do? What do you think we can do on a business agreement this way?"
So it's like Angie's list for farming. Like, who's the best contractor? Jason might be the guy to come and harvest my oats because I don't do that. Right. So you can pick a specific service, Jason. Sorry, I think I interrupted you, but I was kind of excited there. I can pick a specific service and just come right in and say, man, I don't have that XYZ, whatever it is, and then just look for it.
Yeah, if I listed on there that I'm the master slayer of walleyes in the North American continent, and you guys are looking for that type of service, I mean, why wouldn't you hire me, right?
The walleye guide for agronomy on ice.
And Tanner, this is one of the things we've discovered over the past 3 years is it's not labor shortage just this year. It's finding the right people to do the right job on the farm that understand agriculture.
And when you think about this too, it's not just physical, hey, can I be out on your farm consulting too? This is a lot of virtual offerings too, and they're very specific. So when I mean specific, it could be something like variable rate mapping for precision ag applications. It could be soil fertility planning, like you already had some soil test, but you don't necessarily want to work with them to build your fertility plan. Maybe you want to work with an unbiased source. Maybe it was your local fertilizer salesperson that did the soil testing. And it doesn't have to be just straight-laced agronomy either. There are others on there that are doing things like social media audits or agricultural business, and helping them build a better social media offering for their business.
Good. Well, I got a little work ahead of me to edit and cut this together, but I think that was great information.
Yeah, that one in particular, I think really hit the bill. If you had to pick between that one and the consultation bit, I'd pick that one.
No, understood.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool, guys. So I was looking here. We're projected for the 10th of October is when that should go live.
Awesome.
So we'll get that cut up and put into an episode, and we'll be ready to rock.
Question just came into the app. What state raises the best corn?
I wonder who that was.
You ready to turn the camera so they know you're sitting right there? Dude with sunglasses on. Corey's just off camera. I don't know. You guys probably can't see him.
I can see the hand there.
Yeah.
Nice.
I figured that'd be a question from him.
You guys, that was fabulous. Thanks very much. Well done. Covered all the bases very nicely. Jason, Kyle, you guys are the man. Way to go.
Yeah. Thanks,
Awesome.
guys.
Thanks, guys. We'll get it out.
Take care.
Lovely.
Thank
Thanks
you.
to you. Bye.
See you guys.